Good afternoon and welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at TGO, getting back in the saddle. My name's Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. We have Accelerated Retirement, our live trade brief today at 1 o'clock. Going to be covering what's going on with the China trade talks. Looks like we're kind of done with this round here in the United States, and Mnuchin, Lighthizer, Ross, Mr. Magoo, the Mr. Magoo crowd here, all going to jump in their G5 aeroplane and fly over to China and try and get an agreement done by April. But what I'm hearing is not, April doesn't mean Xi's standing in Mar-a-Lago going golfing after they sign a trade deal. That means there's still maybe some work to do, and I'm hearing a potential June signing ceremony. So in the interim, we have a pretty couple good looking trades on FXI. We placed a weekly options bear call spread yesterday, the 45.5, 46 bear call spread. That's up about $1,300 in a day. Nice one-day profit. That's up about 60% in a day. And we'll talk about it at 1 o'clock in Accelerated Retirement, whether we just want to take the money and run here or stay bearish on FXI, which I am. If you don't know what FXI is, it's the iShares China Large Cap ETF, down a full percent today and head lower. Look at that gap, open lower, kind of flat line in here, and I believe we go lower. No good news the rest of the week on the China trade deal, so we're probably going to hold this weekly options trade. Let's take a look at it because the max potential profit here, let me click Analyze, is about $2,400. We have an 82% probability of making $2,400 in essentially 4.5 days. And that's on limited risk, folks. We don't place unlimited risk, right? We have an SOP, standard operating procedure, that says we don't want to risk approximately more than 5% or $5,000 of the model portfolio on any one trade. It's a little north of that, $5,600. But as a pilot in command, I say, you know what? I signed for this aircraft and I'm in charge. So $5,600 in risk to make $2,400. That right there pays for an entire annual subscription to your membership here at Top Gun Options. So we got filled yesterday at 15 cents. This thing's down here at 4 cents. So really, really great looking one-day trade on China. And we're heading lower in FXI because, folks, I've never seen this before in my blank years of being on this planet. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs last week, General Joseph Dunford, Marine Corps, right? My son's up at Norwich University, going through college, wants to be a Marine. He was shocked too. He sat in front of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and you know what? He said Google is directly benefiting the Chinese military. This is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff calling what I guess used to be an American company an enemy. So, folks, what do you need to be doing? You need to be getting into Amazon. Covered Amazon last night in our full throttle training. We talked about getting long-term bullish on Amazon all the way out to January of 2021. Love Amazon. We have a bull put spread in one of our portfolios that, as of today, is up $2,000 in about 2 weeks. Again, on limited risk, about $4,800 in risk. That trades up about $4,000. Now, Amazon's starting to get on a tear here, so Amazon is back, baby. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you see the chairman of the Joint Chiefs make an announcement that says Google's more or less hanging out with the Chinese military and helping them, and there's some sort of massive potential government cloud contract on the way, who do you think's going to get it? Use your thinking brain. But the alligator that's closest to the boat today is obviously the Fed decision. Stocks are just kind of wallowing around here in front of the Fed. I think the Fed can only underwhelm, man. We've had this massive relief rally, right? Here's October 3rd when Jerome Powell did his job, and then here's when, in the middle of, or towards the end of December, beginning of January, when Jerome Powell didn't do his job and kind of put a Band-Aid on our boo-boo and kissed us on our forehead and said everything's going to be all right, we're not going to raise interest rates. We have come way too far, way too fast, and I think we're going to kind of wallow around here. We nailed this, that we were going to wallow, hit the 200-day moving average up here. We're going to wallow. We have earnings coming down the pike, but I think today at 2 o'clock, the Fed can only underwhelm. It's not like they can come out with, obviously if they raised rates out of the blue today, the market's down 1,000 points in the blink of an eye. If they are too dovish, listen to me, if they're too dovish today, guess what? That might spook the markets too. Right? What significantly changed from October 3rd through this today? Well, come on, folks. Even my 11-year-old daughter, Keely, that I'm teaching about the markets, can recognize that the Fed was spooked by the markets. And, or, if you want to play this game, Donald J. Trump. Right? Fed chief's doing a horrible job. Not happy since I hired him. I might fire him, blah, blah, blah. And here we are back up here. Very, very interesting times that we live in, folks. So the Fed really is at a crucial decision point. What are they going to do with their balance sheet? What are they going to do with rates? Just a lot to happen at 2 o'clock today. So that's why you're seeing the market kind of wallowing around where it is. Market is down FedEx 2 times in 3 months. This is epic. For 2 times in 3 months, everybody always know that there's an arrow between the E and the X. I learned that like the first day of training at FedEx. I flew for FedEx for about 10 months. Look at that. There's an arrow right there. Now you can't unsee it, right? Anyway, FedEx warned twice in the past 3 months that things ain't good. Guess what happened yesterday in earnings? They confirmed that things ain't good. Slowing international macroeconomic conditions. Ooh. Not good earnings out of FedEx. They got hammered after hours. Let's take a look at the current. Oops. That ain't a real stock price. FDX. Yeah, look at that. All right, down for nearly 5%. So big gap move down here on FedEx. FedEx ain't going out of business anytime soon. Obviously, I would not bottom feed in here because if the global economy keeps on slowing, you're going to see it in your FedEx, UPSs, and we'll talk about the CSXR rail pick in a little bit. Google fined $1.7 billion for restricting rivals' ads. Now, I pounded Twitter and all these other guys. I still can't believe Jack Dorsey hasn't been arrested at a dawn raid like Roger Stone down here in Fort Lauderdale. Why weren't 20 agents kicking open the CEO of Twitter's door? The man lied in front of Congress. Right? And he's lied throughout the media, but you can lie to the media, right? But when you testify in front of Congress and you're under oath, the man said, we don't shadow ban. Devin Nunes filed Congressman Nunes has fired a $250 million lawsuit against Twitter. Why? Because the other day they admitted to shadow banning. They booted my account. My personal Twitter account had 4,000 followers, and some purple-haired, nipple-ringed person didn't like what I had to say about Barack Hussein Obama, closed my account. No appeal process, no nothing. Awful. Pound these things into the dirt. There's a TSA pedophile at work right here. Anyway, so get out of these. And the president yesterday, a great press conference with the Bolsonaro of Brazil. We love our Brazil trade. Very, very long-term bullish on Brazil. We've been trading iron condor spreads and really, really doing some great work with Brazil. What do we, month to date? I think we're looking performance month to date. Yeah, well, $620. Beats a stick in the eye. Still have a bull put spread on and a bear call spread. We're going to be working that. I would rather be. I'm bearish on China, bullish on Brazil, because great meeting yesterday. But the president really hammered in the Rose Garden. Shocker. Google, Twitter, and Facebook. Didn't mention who. Amazon. He can't stand the Washington Post and Jeff Bezos, but as a businessman, I guarantee you he respects Amazon, right? He wishes he could have done it. Facebook's done, folks. It's gross. It's disgusting. Mark Zuckerberg is weird. Any CEO that comes out and says, "Hey, we're changing our entire business model, and I don't know how we're going to make money off of it," it shouldn't be a CEO. This guy needs to go. If Facebook's ever, I said this for a year and a half. I predicted the FANG implosion. And I predict, kind of like with Tesla, the only way those things survive is if they bring in a grown-up. Make Mark Zuckerberg the chief booger eater. Give him some other title. Get him out of the way and give him a pair of binoculars looking down at the horizon. You need an adult here or Facebook's done. So that's about all I got today, folks. We're going to do our accelerated retirement at 1 o'clock. If you want to take a 7-day test flight for only $38 and what we do here at Top Gun Options, it's really easy. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/go flight, and you can trade with us live for 7 days for essentially, you're going to get our advanced workbook as well, and that's $55. We sell that on the website for $55, so you're getting all of this and the workbook for $38. Live trading, live trades. We're going to talk at 1 o'clock about getting long the XLY, which is a good proxy for Amazon. Amazon makes up about 22% of the XLY. A little bit expensive to get bullish on Amazon all the way out into the future, so we use the XLY as a good proxy. And I've been walking this trade up all morning, trying to get filled on it. And we'll cover this at 1 o'clock. Okay, so have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.